Hi, I'm Lulu, and today I'm going to talk about cleaning your woolen blankets at home using your regular washer and dryer. Woolen blankets will have a recommendation of dry clean only because they will shrink, and they did shrink when I did them, but they only shrank at the beginning and only a little bit, and they actually got quite a bit softer. Now my blankets are old. This one's from eBay and this one's an old family blanket, and then I have one here from an estate sale, and the point is that I didn't mind risking ruining these blankets by cleaning them at home. It costs about $40 to $50 to dry clean a blanket here in Toronto, so I think that probably stops a lot of people from picking up old blankets at the thrift store because it's really quite expensive. But I've been washing and drying them in the home machines, and they've turned out beautifully. Now the thing about them is you have to have a blanket that doesn't have that satin binding on the end, because that will shrink at a different rate than the wool will, and so it will be all rumply. It won't lie flat. So I have one here that was finished with a blanket stitch with woolen yarn, and then this one doesn't even have any finish on the end. It was just, it may have originally, but now it's just so felted together by washing in the washer and dryer that it won't come apart. And then this one has these kind of tassels that are the yarn. I mean the wool. The wool of the blanket has formed these tassels. So they have no other fabrics. They do have the labels on them, and you can see the labels are rumply because they shrink at a different rate than the wool did. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I do it, and then afterwards we'll take a closer look at the blankets. I've been washing them at home in the washer and dryer for probably about a decade now. I do them twice a year, and they always smell nice and fresh. They did shrink at the beginning when I first started doing it, but not that much. Maybe this red one shrank about 5 inches at each end. I mean 5 inches in length and 5 inches in width. So it wasn't too bad, and they actually got quite a bit softer too, because what you're doing when you wash them in the washer and dryer is you're felting them. I don't do them often enough that they're truly felted. They're still, like, you can still see the weave in them. When they're felted, you could actually cut the fabric and it won't come apart at all. It's like felt. And that's how they make wool felt, is by washing it at high temperatures. Now they're never going to be as soft as a nice cozy acrylic blanket, but they're nice and heavy and very warm. Oh yes, the other thing about cleaning blankets is that moths are attracted to wool, as we all know, and but what they're attracted to is if you get something sweet on the blanket, like you spill something on it, they'll make the hole where a moth will go is right where that honey fell or whatever. So washing them frequently in the dryer, so if you see a nice woolen blanket at the thrift store, don't hesitate to pick it up because of the cost of dry cleaning. Just bring it home and throw it in your washer and dryer. And I have 3 examples here to show that 100% wool turns out just beautifully in the washer and dryer. Now a disclaimer, I wouldn't recommend doing this with a brand new, very expensive blanket. These are all secondhand.